All right. It looks like we have gone live, and I can see a bunch of people in here already. And good news, I'm actually starting this with the microphone turned on. That's right. The microphone is on, so I'm not just talking to myself at the start of one of these. So I'm really excited. I see Rick is here, says hello from Arizona. If you're here, and I can see there's many of you here, start to type in where you're from and just say hello so I know you can hear me. I definitely want to make sure before we get started that you can actually hear what we have to say, because I think we've got a lot to say today based upon some of the things that I've gotten back from many of the folks that I've talked to specifically about what we're going to talk about today, which is directories, citations, and how they affect GMBs and how they affect businesses. So again, I'm not seeing anybody popping anything in there yet. So if you can hear me, let me know. All right. Leslie says she's here. West Jordan, Utah, one of my favorite places. I actually did a lot of work with the city of West Jordan, Utah years ago, doing all of their videos. So I actually went around West Jordan. I also did South Jordan and went around and videotaping all the different things that are going on in the city and parks and schools and all that kind of fun stuff. So I actually lived in, Leslie, I lived in Morgan, Utah for about 8 years. And I'm sure you probably, well, maybe you know where that is. Some people do, some people don't. It's up north a little bit, kind of between Park City and Ogden in that little 84 route there. So let's see. Charles says hello. All right. So it sounds like everybody's in here and can hear me. Lakeland, Florida for Carl. Love Lakeland, Florida as well. Another great place. So what we're going to be talking about today is directories, how they affect businesses, how they affect Google My Business, how they create citations, why that's important, and all that other stuff that we, may not quite understand, but I'm going to show you why it matters here in just a few minutes. The one thing that I've noted as I've talked about this new product, 2019 top online directories, is people were very confused because I was kind of talking about Google My Business stuff, and then we were talking about directories, and there was kind of a disconnect. I think a lot of people didn't understand, or at least I wasn't explaining properly why these directories are so important to Google My Business and for citations. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, kind of get you through that, show you why this is important, show you the product, and see why this product is something that you really should pay attention to. It's a very different type of product for a couple of reasons, because it's not just here's how to set up directories, now go sell them to somebody. It's a little bit different than that, and we'll go over why in just a couple of minutes. And you may have seen my demo video that kind of explains that, but we'll go through that. So what I want you to do is get your questions ready, because I know this can be a little bit confusing, especially when we get into the different products and things. So let me know what you need to know, because this is for you. This is it's not even a webinar. It's a Q&A session where you get your questions answered. So if you have questions about these things, this is the time to ask them out. And by the way, again, this is for you. So if you've got questions that are related to something else, this is an opportunity to ask those as well. So if you want to know, something's, totally separate about video cameras or whatever, feel free to throw them out there. We'll discuss everything. These are sessions that are for you. A little bit of housekeeping. As we do these sessions will be recorded on the sales page, or the bonus page for the top online directories. We will post this. So if you need to go back and watch it again, it will be in there for you to see after this is over. So get those questions ready and we will get started. So the product itself, and I'm going to pop up the screen here because I want to show this off a little bit so that it makes a little more sense. And I apologize, I've got a little bit of a cold this morning. This is actually my bonus page for it, but here's the product page for this. So as it says, and I'm not going to sit here and read the whole page to you. You can do that on your own time, but get more clients fast by giving away this PowerPoint presentation. And I think that's something that has kind of confused people, because we're talking about providing a service, and this is talking about giving something away, and how do you make money when you're giving something away. So the idea behind this is you're getting everything that you need to provide online directory services to local businesses. So that is, you're going to be able to set them up properly in all the major directory sites. So we're talking like Yelp and Facebook and Manta and all those other sites that, honestly, I don't hardly ever go to any of them. but they're out there, they're important, and I'll tell you why they're important in just a minute. Yellow Pages is another big one, obviously. So what this gives you here is it gives you the training on how to do directories, and it gives you all the marketing materials you need to sell directories or to give things away so that they come back and buy either the directory service afterwards or they buy other things. So what you're getting with this, and the most important part, and this is why it takes up such a big part of this page here, is you're getting this really cool 150 slide presentation. And in this presentation, it teaches people everything they need to know about setting up the directories properly in each of the directory sites. So there's a section in here. You can see this down here, these slides where it shows all 150. You've got the setup for all the different ones in here. And so what you can do with this is you can make a big presentation out of this. You can take it and make it use the PowerPoint presentation itself, stick your name on it, give it away, or even sell it to a local business as is so they can do this themselves. Okay, so that's one thing you can do with this, and it can be very effective because here's what's going to happen. They're going to get through the first part of the slides and go, I don't want to do this. And so you want to make sure that when you send this to them, here's how you do it. You can do it yourself. Oh, by the way, you want me to do it for you? Give me a call. So they're going to go through this. They're going to realize, holy cow, I don't want to do all this. You do it. And they're going to pay you for that. And so that's the idea behind this. But you could sell this presentation as a done-for-you service, not a done-for-you service, a do-it-yourself service, and sell it to them that way. And they could do it themselves. You could give it away to them just in the hopes that they'll remember you next time. There's a lot of different options here. But the point is, most people are not going to want to do all this work, and so they're going to turn it over to you. Okay, so that's kind of the goal behind all of this. Okay, so with the slide presentation, you're going to get all those different slides, and you can see here's the directories that they talk about in here. So Google, Yahoo, Bing, Yelp, Merchant Circle, Yellow Pages, Super Pages, Yellow Book, MapQuest, local. This is local.com, Foursquare, Thumbtack, Angie's List, Manta, Community Walk, Hot Frog, Brown Book, Yellowbot, Facebook. So those are all the kind of major sites that you're going to be learning about in here. So each one of these little sections, like you can see here, this is the Thumbtack one, and takes them through all the steps of Thumbtack. And we get into, looks like that one there is Angie's List. So all the steps to Angie's List. Now I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be doing with this, because this is something that you could do as well, and this could be very effective, and I think this is going to be really cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the PowerPoint slides, the presentation, and I'm going to actually break it up into individual PowerPoints or keynotes. And so, for instance, this one here, which is Google, I'm going to take just the Google ones, create one slideshow out of that, do a video where I'm actually going to talk them through it and show them the slides. So kind of like a normal webinar. And so once I do that, I'm going to put that into an Everlesson program. So I'm going to have an actual membership in Everlesson that's going to have the different lessons will be, this is the Facebook lesson, this is the Google lesson, this is the Hot Frog lesson, et cetera, et cetera. And then I'm going to get people locally, local businesses to join that membership, get in there and learn how to do that themselves. We'll probably have a free version of it and then an upgraded version. So maybe like the free version will show you how to set up Google, let's say, and then it's going to say, okay, you want to set up all these other ones which are going to help your Google, then you need to do that. So that's what I'm going to do with it. You can do with this as you want. You could make YouTube videos for it and make a YouTube channel that teaches people how to do it. You could create a membership site somewhere else. You could just give them the actual videos you create, or give them the full slideshow. It's all up to you on how you want to do that. But for me, I'm going to put it into a membership site because I think that's one of the coolest ways to do that. Okay, so Leslie says, how do you convince clients to take you up on the directory offer service when they have been bombarded with tons of SEO agents who have done them wrong? Well, Leslie, this is where the giveaway is really good, because you could actually hand something to them and say, look, here's how to do it. If you need my help, I can give you help. Now, with this program, by the way, if we scroll on down here, you're going to get a lead gen site, which is nice. So you're going to have that ready to go. We can actually, let's see if we can pull up the demo here. It'll show that there. Okay, so this is, you can come in here and adjust this. So this one says attention blank businesses. So you'd put in, Lakeland, Florida, or wherever, Sunnyvale, California. Discover how to get a flood of customers for free using the top online directories, and then they can sign in to get the free directory. And now you've got their name and their email inside your system, so you're ready to contact them about other services. So that's why this is really cool, the fact that you get the website and it's built right into here. You get the thank you page, and you can see call for your free no obligation consultation. And so you got that information. Actually, we can see the thank you page right here. Okay, so download the free report. You click here to download the report. Call for your free no obligation consultation. After reading the free report, you may still have questions, blah, 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 phone number, and then share this report with others. So you could use that free report to get other people to get the free report. You're going to get their names. You're going to get their phone numbers or their name and email. You'll be able to contact them that way. And you'll know that these are people that are interested in taking care of this. And of course, right here, this is the important part. If you have trouble with it, let us know. Okay. And that's one of the big things that you can do with this. And I would even say, make sure that as you go through the PowerPoint presentation here, that you make sure that your contact information is in there and correct, and it's easy for people to reach you, because they're going to want to reach you on that. They're not going to want to do this. I guarantee you. By the way, this comes in ClickFunnels, Optimized Press, HTML5, WordPress, and your own design here. So this is where you can just kind of, create your own for any platform that you want. So for me, for instance, I would be using Convertri. So what I would probably do is I would probably take the design and just rebuild it in Convertri, because it doesn't take very long to do that, and then I'd have it in the system. You get conversion videos here. So this is a set of 4 videos here, and we can take a look at one of these. I don't know how well it'll play through the thing, but.
Want to know how to use one of the best online tools to generate leads for your business? We're talking about qualified leads that are actively looking for solutions to their problems right now. If so, I have good news for you. Smart businesses everywhere are using.
Okay, and you get the same one with a UK voice. You get a Powtoons version here, which is the little cartoons, and then down here we get the kinetic videos as well. So you get 6 videos all together. So you get the 4 up here, and then the 2 bonus ones. Down here we get the lead magnet report. So again, Leslie, this is one thing that you can do is you can give this report away in order to get them to take you up on the other services as well. So if you don't want to give away the PowerPoint presentation, you can give this away. Or what you could do is you could give this away at first to get their attention, then give them the other one to get them to sign up. So there's a lot of different options there with that. You get a nice checklist in here that you can use. You get a lead magnet 1-pager. So this is just like almost like a flyer. 10 ways to get positive reviews. So that's another report that you can give away to get their attention. You've got the 3 more bonus reports, the quick start checklist, the 3 ways to profit, and the best practices. And again, these are things that you can use to get the clients in the door. You get all the source files for this. So what they mean by that is all the original PowerPoints, WordPress, not WordPress, Microsoft Word documents, the Photoshop documents, all are going to be in here so you can make edits and adjustments. So you could take, the covers and you could put your name on it, things like that, and your phone number. You get the quick start guide. And then as it says here, it gets even better because now they're going to give you the marketing kit. You're going to get 4 more lead gen videos. So these are videos that will give away the report. Okay. Down here, you get an autoresponder series. So if you're going to do emails, you get the whole series of emails to help you do that. The infographic, this is something that you can use on social media. We can enlarge that there. So you can see local online directory stats and facts, gives them all that information in there, which is great. You can use that on social media. Down here, you get the blog posts and articles. So those are for you to post on social media, to put on your blogs. Postcards and designs. So you actually get postcards that you can mail out to give away the stuff. That's really cool. Down here, you get the banner ads. So you can see these are going to be used on the different websites. So you get the square ads, the small square ads, the long ads, and you get the PSDs for all of those. So you can make any adjustments you want. You get the social media post images. These are really cool. If you do a lot of social media, this is where you're going to get your good stuff that you can post that gets a nice attention out of that. If you're smart and you know how to do it, you can even do like the clickable images. So they click on that and it goes to the page. You get Facebook ads and you get the copy for it. So not only do you get the image that you're going to use in your Facebook ads, but you actually get the copy that they use. So that's very useful because I'm terrible at Facebook ads, as people already know. Down here, you get the resource cheat sheet. This is going to give you the links to all the different things that you need to get access to. And then down here, you get your credibility book. Now, this is really cool because this allows you to actually have your own real book. You can actually get this one printed, hardcover, softcover, and hand it out. That's a really, really cool thing. And if you can get that and you can, make your adjustments to it if you want, put your name on it as the author, and boom, you've got a book. That's a big credibility deal. And we love that. So anytime we can do something like that, and like it says here, instant credibility, expert status, it's a confidence builder, gives you authority in your marketplace, builds your brand, et cetera, et cetera. So really cool stuff. Highly recommend. You get the covers here, so you can actually come in and make changes to that. You can see like here, it's got the blank to put your picture in there. Okay, so all of that comes with you with that. And here's what I wanted to get into with this. I know this confused the heck out of people, and I totally understand why. So what's going on is normally, and there's two versions of this, as you can see, you've got option 1 where you receive the lead gen package with all that stuff we talked about. Option 2 gives you everything plus the credibility book. Okay, so your options are, normally this is $297. Normally this one is $397. Right now, he has these on sale for $87 and $97. However, when you go through our page, you're actually going to get an automatic 50% additional discount. Now, I don't know if that'll work because I might be signed in. If I'm signed in, it's not going to show me the discount. But yeah, you can see for me right now, it says 87, but watch this. If I come here and I log out of Warrior Plus, watch what happens. $43.50. So when you go through my link, you're going to get it for $43.50. Because I was logged in, it wouldn't give me the coupon because it knows that it's my link. So it's not going to give me a discount on my own stuff. So you get it. So you're basically going to save 85%. Normally, you're going to save $253 out of the $297. So you're going to get additional off that. So when you come to the page, and I think this kind of scared people a little bit when they saw the 97 and the 87, they didn't want to spend that much. But as I tried to explain in the email, it's actually 50% off of that as well. So you're going to get this down to half that. So again, with the 97 here, you're going to get it for $48.50. You're going to get $348.50 off. So that's a really, really good deal. The 97 is what he has it on special for the last week or so. And so he gave us that additional back off of that. So Leslie says, are all these modules brandable or are they labeled with the MCPLR logo? Completely brandable. You get all the original files. In fact, I think, I'm not positive on this, but I think that even when you get it, it's going to be completely unbranded. So you can add your brand to it. So I don't even think it says MCPLR on it at all. But if it does, you just change it to your logo and your information. But I think it comes completely blank. So that's not, like you can see here on the ads, there's nothing that says MCPLR or on here. So, but you can come in and you can add all your own logos and things to it. So nice and easy to do that. Are there any OTOs? Yes, there are. Actually, there's, boy, you had to ask me that soon. I should have paid more attention to that. And I'm not even sure what the OTO on that is off the top of my head. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Give me 1 second. I apologize because that's something that I probably should have known before I even got started here. So let me pull it up. Give me 1 second. Get those questions ready while I'm struggling over here to, I got to log back in. I'm going to make sure I get this right for you. Everything that you pretty much need is in there, but I know there is an upsell, so I'm going to pull it up here so I can tell you exactly what that is. I had access to the front end. I did not, at least not yet, get the upsell with, oh no, I'm sorry. I did get the upsell with that. The upsell was a bonus pack that gave you a whole bunch of other like Facebook training and Twitter training. So there was some of those in there. That's what the upsell was. I know because I have access to it. If I can pull up the actual page, I can show that. So let me see if I can remember what the login is for that off the top of my head here. MCPLR. Of course. Oh, here we go. Members area. Let's see if I can get it here. We'll actually show that. I showed it in the demo video on the bonus page. I did show well, actually, I think I didn't. I think I purposely didn't show the upsell in there, but I'll show you the actual inside of the members area because there's This is the members area here. There's not a ton to see in the members area because when you come in here, it's literally just, you just download the stuff. So you just download your file here. But you'll see right here, this is the upsell here, which is what they call the bonus packages. So this is the Facebook groups, single property websites, security secrets. So these are all like training programs that you can get on top of that. Okay. Marketing services, content kit, follow-up funnel, local video agency, press release marketing. So it's going to teach you how to do all these different things in here. So kind of similar to the actual package that you're getting here, but for some of those other different services. So it's a nice little upsell. Again, the great thing is, because people always ask this is an upsell that you don't need it to do everything they're talking about. The actual front-end product is 100% of what you need to do what we're talking about. There's no upsell to the product. It's all other things that you can get and do more with, but not directly related to what's coming in the front end. I hope that makes sense. Let's see. Oh, Leslie's lost her connection. There is a recording, Leslie, so you won't miss out on that. Are they on special too? Yes, and I don't know the price off the top of my head, Sue. Let me see if I can pull that up too. Boy, Sue's making sure that I do my work today, which I should have done beforehand. So I apologize for not having this right in front of me to start, but you're keeping me on my toes. That's good. So let's see the so looks like $67 on the bonus pack there. Yep. So it looks like that's what we have for the upsell on that. There's also apparently there's a coaching program in the back end too. That's a $997 program, but that's in the back end as well. I have not seen what that is, but I know it's his coaching program on doing all this local marketing stuff there. So you got the two front end products, the one that you get, the $87.97 that you're getting for half off, and then you've got the upsell, which is the $67 on the bonus package that we showed there. And then if you want the private coaching, you can get that as well. I don't think that's the 50% on that one, Leslie. I think that's the actual sale price is $67. And let's see. All right. So All right. Any other questions up there? Feel free to pop them up there while we're doing that. So let's talk a little bit about why this is important, because I know that was one of the things that people really kind of confused by. In fact, I got a message this morning, and I can't even remember who sent me the message. But they said wait a minute, your email, it talked about Google My Business, but then it was the directory thing inside. So I did not explain it well enough, which is why I'm glad we're doing this Q&A session so we can kind of understand this. So as we all know, there's a very direct reason to do directories. When you put somebody in Yellow Pages, we put them in Yellow Book, when you put them in Manta, when you put them in Angie's List or whatever other site, Facebook, Yelp, that's an opportunity for them to be found online. Obviously, things like Yelp, things like Merchant Circle, they show up well in the search engines. And if they're in there, they might get found. Literally, somebody might go to Yellow Pages and find them. Okay, so that's an important part of this. But what's even more important, well, maybe not more important, but equally important, is the fact that by putting people into directories, you're helping to boost their Google My Business and possibly even their website. And the reason for that is obviously these are strong backlinks to your website, and that can help. On Google My Business, they have what are called citations. And I know some of you know this, so I apologize if I'm going over something you already understand, but I know some people don't know a lot about this yet. But citations are essentially, we'll call them votes. But basically what happens is Google goes out and says, okay, you are John Smith, you're an electrician, and you're at John's Electric Shop. And you've got to Google My Business, and it says 123 4th Street is your address. So what they now do is they look on the web and they go, okay, is there a John's Electric Shop at 123 4th Street anywhere else with the same phone number? If they find on Yelp, oh yeah, there's John and same name, same phone number, same address. Well, that's a vote for him. All right, he's legitimate. Well, let's check Manta. Oh yeah, same name, address, phone number. Good. Okay, great. That's 2 votes for John. What about on Facebook? Yep, same thing. Yellow Book. Yep, same thing. Every other site, same thing. Every time they find that name, address, phone number, and it's the same, then you get that kind of upvote. And in the end, they're going to look at that and go, okay, he's got 38 of these citations and he's got a 5-star reputation and he's in the city here. So therefore, he gets to go to the top. Whereas this guy here, he's got a 4-star reputation and yes, he's in the city, but I only found him on 2 places online. So he may not be as good as this other guy. He may not be legitimate. And so that's what these citations will do. They provide legitimacy that the business that Google is recommending is a real business. And that's really important. And I'm going to show you why here in just a second. But Leslie says, one thing to stress is that all the data needs to be identical. Yes. Google can be somewhat forgiving, but you don't want to give them the opportunity to have to be, because you never know what's going to trigger them. So for instance, what I do anytime I'm going to do a directory, what I do is I look on Google first and say, okay, what does Google say is your name, address, and phone number? If they say you are John's Electric Shop, LLC, then you can bet all of those directories are going to say John's Electric Shop, LLC. If it says you're 123 4th Street, FOURTH, then that's what I'm going to put in all the directories as well. If it says ST period, you're going to be ST period. If it says street, STREET, I'm going to make sure it says street, because we want to make sure that everything is as identical as possible, because otherwise they're going to see that as possibly a different company, and that's going to make it less reliable. They're not going to be able to recommend it. Because remember, getting to the 3-pack of Google is not really about citations and backlinks and reviews and all that. That's how you get there. But what it's about is Google providing searchers with the best possible answer to their question. When they say, I need an electrician, who should I call? They want to provide you with the best answer to that question. And that's why you need to do all these things, so that you can be the best answer to the question, who should I call for electrical work? Okay. So I want to show you here. This is the local analyzer, which we've kind of showed this a few times in the past. And I wanted to show this to you again, because this is going to help you to kind of understand why this is important. One little note here, kind of funny. I pulled this up today. Take a look at who signed up for my report here. The McCarran International Airport in Las Vegas came and filled out a report. So that's interesting. I guess they need me to help them with that. But anyway, that's kind of cool. I just thought I'd share that with you, because I thought that was funny when I saw that in there. So we're going to pop over to one of them that I pulled up here, and this one is for an attorney. This is RP Crawford and Company Solicitors. Actually, this one's in Belfast, Northern Ireland. So they came in and they went and they ran a report on themselves. And this report, by the way, no, Leslie, this is a totally different program. I'm just using this to show why this is important. This is a totally different package. They came and they ran this report on themselves. Now, we're giving away potentially information on the 2019 directory reports, because that allows people to get in contact with you. Well, that's exactly what this does here too. So that's just kind of proof of concept that you can give these things away to get people to come to you. So let's take a look at what they have here. Now look at this, okay? This is their top directories, okay? Now look at this. Now they've got their business name correct on all of these different directories. You can see they're missing in a bunch of the directories. So we have an opportunity with these guys to get them into more directories. But take a look at this. Look at the phone number. This is what Google says their phone number is right here, okay? Every single one of these looks different than the Google. So that's why this is in red. That shows us right away, okay, we've got a problem here, okay? And when we have a problem, that means we can provide a solution. And so if we come back here again, let's pull another one here. We're going to pull this one up here and just take a look at it. And this one is RBN Chambers, LLC. And we'll take a look at theirs. And you can see, look, these guys are in almost no directories. that's not going to help them get their Google My Business ranked. They're in Google My Business, but look, they've got a different address. They've got a slightly different name. And their phone number, they actually called this one the same, even though it's laid out differently. It's the same number, which is funny. This is where are these guys located? These guys are located, I don't even know where that is. It's in another country. We know that. I'm not sure what plus 65, what country that is. Is that Germany? That might be Germany. But in any case, we're getting international people doing this now. So actually, .sg. Not sure where .sg is. Singapore? I don't know. So these guys obviously had a lot of mistakes. These guys are missing from a bunch of them. If we come over here, one that I pulled up a few minutes ago was this last one that filled one out earlier. We'll go look at theirs because theirs I think was actually better if I remember correctly. So you can see these guys, look at this. They're in a bunch of them. They're still missing a few, but look, just something like this, 2515 JAV versus 2515 JAV Suite B3. And it says that that's wrong. Okay. Now you see they did forgive it a little bit here. Pound B3 and Suite B3, they gave the same. But all these other ones, they're saying, no, not exactly the same. So we would need to go in and clean these up, make sure that they're done correctly. And we would need to fill in for the rest of them here. Now you can see they've even got a different name over here. Okay. Totally different name here. And so that's a problem. We want all the names to be exactly the same like they are here on Bing, Yahoo, Facebook, and Foursquare, Dexnose. And so that just shows you there's a lot of people that have issues that need to be fixed. And that's why this online directory program is so important, because all of these mistakes are potential losses in citations here. And we need as many citations as we can in order to get that Google My Business to move up. And that's what the directories will do for you, is they'll give you those citations. Now, having nothing to do with the 2019 top directories, another way that you can potentially get some of these citations, put these in your YouTube videos. As you upload YouTube videos, put that name, address, phone number, the same as in Google. Put it in there. Put a link to the Google in there, which we've talked about before. Put a link to the Google My Business, but get that name, address, and phone number in there. There's a lot of people who will say, well, only certain things get counted as citations. But in the past, Google used to show you the citations, and we had YouTube videos show up as citations on the old, what did they call it back then? They've changed the name so many times. It was Google Places. So on Google Places, they used to show your citations at the bottom, and it actually showed YouTube videos. So why not, right? Make sure you get that in there. Get it on your Facebook. Obviously, Facebook's one of the ones that they even count in here. Get it on all of your social media. Anywhere you can stick your name, address, phone number as it's shown here is what you want to do, because you want to make sure that you're going to get that counted. You're going to get the citation, and the citation is going to help to move up your Google My Business. So, all right, let's pop those questions up there. If you got questions about this, throw them in there now before it gets too late. We want to make sure that we answer everything that everybody has. And I'm going to throw up here. That didn't sound good. I'm not going to throw up here. I'm going to throw up the offer here. So hopefully you guys see that there. So that's your offer to pick up this program, because it's like I said, it's on sale right now. We're going to have the sale running for a couple of days, as you can see on the top of that there, 88 hours or whatever. So it's like till Sunday. I don't even know if the hours are actually correct, but should be up until Sunday. So Leslie, where do we get these other tools? We actually did a webinar on this exact program back a little while ago, and I got to contact David and get the link for the actual program, because I know a lot of people have asked me last time too about this. This is a killer program. I don't want to get off track too much here, but what this allows you to do is to get people to put in their report, and then you get access to their name, address, phone number. But on these reports, this is what's really cool about this. See where it says fixed listing? Anytime somebody runs one of these reports, they see a mistake, they click that, they can fill in this report here, and then you can contact them. So filling it in here, you get their name, address, and phone number, and you know that they need some kind of help. When they fill this in, this is a hot lead, because they're literally saying, please help me with this. Everybody else is saying, hey, I'm concerned enough that I'm going to put my name and address and phone number into this program, but the other guys are saying, please call me now and help me. And we've gotten quite a few people that we've been able to help out and to be able to contact specifically doing this, because a lot of people will fill this out. So it's just a great program. This is called Local Analyzer. I will try to get the links for that so that we can, so that I can share that with you, Leslie, and we'll try to pull that back up. Like I said, we did a webinar. I don't know where the webinar is, and I don't know where the link is. The link is in the webinar replay page, so I got to get that from David. So that is the basics of the 2019 directories. Coming down here, I do want to share with you, we've got the bonuses that we put together with this. So you're going to get the Local Marketing Made Easy program. You're going to get a video to sell Google Maps services. Okay. Down here, you've got the local traffic blueprint. And then I threw in all of these flyers here. So these are PSD flyers that you can turn into anything that you want for either yourself to sell your services, including this product, the directories, or you can use it for your clients to actually create them and sell the flyers to them. So, and as it says here, ignore all the prices on the sales page. You get an additional 50% off. So don't be confused. When you see that $87 and $97 price, cut that in half, slash it down, and that's what you're going to pay to get into this. So again, highly recommended, because this is a great service. You can go in and sell this service for $300, $500, $700, depending upon what you want to do. And it's going to help you to not only sell that, but you're going to get in and do other things as well. Because once you have these directories down and, you go in there and you give them that report and they say, oh yeah, wow, I don't want to do this. This is too hard. You do it for me. They're going to pay you the $500 to do that. And then once you have them in there, and once you've done that, you can then turn around and say, oh, by the way, we do videos. By the way, we do SEO. By the way, you need reviews in order to do even better on your Google My Business. So we're going to help you get reviews. We're going to make sure, how about this? We're going to go in and set up your complete Google My Business program. I had a guy in here yesterday. He actually stopped by. He was a cleaning service, and he was, asking about the building that we're in here and who does the cleaning and all that. And so we were talking to him about doing the cleaning of the building. And when he came in, I said, well, do you have a card? He said, well, I don't really have a card. I just got started. I said, okay, well, what's your, I don't have a website either. I said, well, you're on Google My Business? No, I'm not on Google My Business. And so I said, you know what, come here for a minute. And so I sat down and showed him Google My Business, and I showed him how to set it up. And we actually went in, and with him, I actually sat there and did a basic setup. I told him, I said, you're going to have to go back later and you're going to have to fill in more information and whatnot, but this is how to do it. And he was blown away by the fact that it existed. He didn't know, he'd seen obviously reviews on Google before, but he didn't realize that he could do this, that he could add himself in there. He didn't realize that he could put all this information. And even more importantly, he didn't have a website. So inside of Google My Business, we actually created one of those .website or whatever they call them, the ones that Google makes for you. So he walked out of here with, a very basic website and with a Google My Business setting that was basically set up. But here's the cool thing about that. He actually has, he needs to get this done. And he said right away, I'm going to hire you to do some of this. He says, oh, by the way, I've got a couple of friends who also need to do this as well. I said, great, send them my way. So out of just helping him for 10 minutes, we're going to probably get a few clients out of that. Now, maybe we won't. Maybe we won't get anything out of it. But the point is, just like giving away this directory, we were able to give away that to him, and that makes potentially a customer for life and somebody who can refer us to other people that need that service. So it can be very powerful to do this. And again, you don't have to give away the stuff that's in here. You can just sell it. You can sell it as a done-for-you service. You could just use it as a presentation to get them to hire you. So all of those things can be done, but you're going to get all the marketing materials you need. You're going to get all the information that you need in order to sell this as a service and make a good amount of money off of that. And of course, if you start selling other services on top of that, even more money. So, all right, any more questions? Leslie has been taking up all the time, Sue a little bit as well, but we need to get some more questions in here. Again, this is your time. So if you have questions on other things that don't necessarily relate to Google My Business or the directories, feel free to throw them in there and let me know what you think, or if you have any questions about other stuff. And if not, we'll keep it a nice short session today, only 40 minutes, which I guess isn't very short. You guys have stuck around here for 40 minutes already, but we'll wait for a couple more questions, and we'll see if those pop in there. On the bonuses, by the way, I know I always get a couple of messages saying, hey, I can't find the bonuses. The bonuses are in the receipt page. So if you purchase the program, you're going to buy it through Warrior Plus. After you make your purchase, it should take you to a receipt page. The receipt page is going to say download affiliate bonuses or something like that. I think it's a blue button, and it says download affiliate bonuses. It used to be at the bottom. I think it's kind of on the well, this is mirrored, so I think it's on this side of the page. So you'll have to check that out. But I believe it's on this side of the page, which is my right, and I guess your right. It's not reversed, so or it's not mirrored anyway. So on the right side of the page, you should see a button that says that. All right, I'm not seeing any more questions, so we'll give it a last chance. Oh, wait, here we go. Harold, how are you getting through to local businesses? They are being so hammered by marketers, they will not even give you a time to see the product. Harold, that's the beauty. Oh, Leslie says, hold up. I will hold up. That's the beauty of giving them something ahead of time. So if you give them the slideshow where they can learn how to do it themselves, they're going to learn quickly. Okay, I need your help. But because you're giving them something, they're going to have that, that law of reciprocity. They're going to want you to help them out. My wife does this all the time in her, she just started a travel business. And there's been a lot of times where people have called and asked questions. They weren't really ready to buy anything yet, but because she gave them answers on things, they said, oh, you know what? My brother-in-law is about to book a trip, a cruise. And the next thing you know, the brother-in-law calls, and then she makes a sale off of the brother-in-law just by giving away a little bit of information to this one person. And we had that recently with, she ended up getting a big trip where a whole bunch of this whole business was going to be going to Europe. So she did the entire package for this entire company to go to Europe, which was, a really big job, a big deal. And that all came from helping somebody else out that really, she was just helping them out. And that turned into something like that. So in this case, Harold, you use this, you give away that PowerPoint or you give away one of the reports, you let them look at it. It's going to allow you to kind of get in with them and understand, they'll understand, okay, this guy's willing to help me out. And so hopefully then they purchase from you. Now, it doesn't always work, but it also doesn't take much effort to give some of these things out. And again, when you're giving it out, you're collecting the name and address. So you've got that in there so that you can contact them afterwards. So my recommendation is, typically what I do is, well, it's not in here. I've got the laptop in the other room, but one of the things that I do is I constantly use Lead Kahuna, which by the way is the scans here. This is this local analyzer, same company that makes Lead Kahuna. So when I use Lead Kahuna, and I use Lead Kahuna to get people to come and fill in this report, or I get them to sign up for something else. I may give them away. I may use Lead Kahuna to get people to give that PowerPoint presentation to. So there's a lot of great things you can do with that. So what about a tool to get the Google reviews? Okay, so there's actually quite a few tools that you can do for that. You can also kind of do it by hand as well. Just depends on how many people they have. The program that I use actually is also by these guys here. It's called Rep Kahuna. So I use Lead Kahuna, I use Rep Kahuna, and I use the local analyzer by the same guys. So Leslie says she uses Tap Easy Reviews. I've never even heard of that one, but if that works, that's great. There was, oh gosh, what was the other one? We did another webinar on another one. It was the iReview, I think. And that one kind of did the same thing. It got more reviews. But I happen to use Rep Kahuna. There's another program called Bird Eye that a lot of the lawyers that we work with, we use it on them. And that one, what Rep Kahuna, what Bird Eye, and some of the other ones do is you get all of the customers' emails. Okay. So you go to John the barber, John the electrician, whoever it is, you get the emails of their customers, you put them into the program emails out and says, hey, if you had a good experience with John, why don't you leave a review here? And it works really well. People will start to leave reviews and you'll get them very quickly. Now, of course, you could do it by hand. You could literally get the list, and you could send out emails to that list for him. Just, boop, 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 send out those emails and get some people to leave reviews. Now, the one issue you have to be careful with is if you do that and they had a bad experience, well, you just ask them to leave a bad review. So you got to hope that there's a lot of good people if you're going to do that. With Rep Kahuna, with Bird Eye, what they do is they actually send people to an internal page to leave a review. They leave that review, and then once that review is there, they say, okay, great, you want to share this on Google for us. Boop, they click the button, shares it on Google. If it's a bad review, it says, hey, how could we make this better? And then they go in and they say, well, this is what happened, and they can hopefully fix the problem, and hopefully the bad review doesn't go out. And so that's one of the things that I don't want to say it filters them, because technically it still gives them the option to leave the bad review on Google and Facebook, because according to the terms of service, you need to be, not stop people from doing that. But you don't have to make it as obvious, and you can help them out. Instead of them leaving a bad review, they get helped. And that's a big deal. So that's something that you can do. Again, Bird Eye is one of them. That's an expensive one. Rep Kahuna is another one that I use. That one's a little expensive, but well worth it. And there's a few others out there. In fact, we had one. Nick Mancuso had one that was up for sale. I don't think it's for sale anymore. Gosh, and my memory is breaking here. I can't remember the name of his, but his was just a couple weeks ago, and it was a WordPress plugin that did the same thing. It wasn't as robust as these other ones, but it also wasn't hundreds of dollars either. So Leslie says Tap Easy Reviews uses mobile numbers and email addresses. Perfect. Yep. If you can do that, that's wonderful. Anything you can do to get people to leave the reviews is going to be a big help. So that's what you want to do, is get them in there. Something like 35 cents. Pay as you go. I like that, Leslie. I'm going to have to check that out now. All right. I'm going to have to keep note of that, because in fact, I'm going to see this. I'm doing the webinar, but I'm writing this down because I want to check this out afterwards. Tap Easy Reviews. Beautiful. So there you go. I'm getting schooled on here too. Love it. So that's what you want to do. You want to offer the reviews after that. But if you have something like a Lead Kahuna, Hot Prospector, or even some of the more simple ones that just get you emails, or even, one thing you can do is you can, and this is no fun, I'll tell you that right up front, but we're going to do it anyway because it can be effective. We're going to say Dentists Snellville. So one thing that you can do is you can come in here, go to More Places, and just start gathering information, put it into a spreadsheet. So come in here and go, okay, Snellville Family Dentistry, here's their phone number. If you want to get more information, you can click their website. And there we go. So you can get information on their website and just create a spreadsheet and then start contacting them. And when you do, give that away. Send it to them in an email. In fact, one of the best things that you can do, write this down, guys. This is going to be something that is going to be very effective. It might scare you. You might not want to do this at first, but I can tell you from experience, this absolutely works. Take one of the free reports or take the PowerPoint presentation, craft an email. He's even got some emails in there for you. So you don't even have to, you can use the ones that he has, or you can write your own. Give away that report. So send them to the page to download the report. They're going to put in their name and address, which obviously you've already got their name and address now, but send them an email that gives away that report, but then call them on the phone and say, hey, I just wanted to let you know, I'm Ray, and I help local businesses. I just sent you an email with a free presentation that shows you how to get your business into all the directories properly. I just wanted to make sure you got that, blah, 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 blah. Why not, right? And I can tell you, you send an email and you make the phone call, you're going to get people to take action, especially when it's totally free. There's no obligations here. You're not trying to get them to buy anything. They have the option to buy something. They have the option to call you back. They have the option to ask you for help, but you're just giving this stuff out to them at this point and getting them to take action. And when you give it out through an email and you call them on the phone, they are much more likely to take it seriously. And, then hopefully they even call you back afterwards. And I would do a follow-up phone call. So after you do that phone call, wait, 4 or 5 days, call them back and say, hey, I just wanted to see if you had a chance to look at that, blah, 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 blah. Worst they can do is hang up on you. What have you lost? You lost 2 minutes of your time. So it's not a big deal. But I guarantee you're going to get more people to pay attention by doing that. But you have to be willing to actually do that, which I know is hard for people to do. But take this, use this, give it out, get people into doing all this, because it's only going to benefit you in the end. Once you have, imagine that in your town, you have a whole bunch of people that you've contacted, that you've given this to. You don't think any of them are going to call you back? Of course they are. They're going to get back to you, because they're going to remember, oh yeah, and they're going to talk to each other. They might have a meeting. They might, oh yeah, I got that free thing too. Oh, I was filling out these directories. Oh, did you see that? Oh yeah, he sent it to me too. You're going to get a reputation that, you help people out. You're going to get a reputation that you know what you're talking about, and it's going to benefit you in the end. It really is. We started out, we had one client who was the same type of thing, that we didn't know they were going to be a client. We were talking to them about doing certain things and giving them some advice on what they could do, not knowing whether they would take us up on actually have us do it. And it ended up being a multi five figure over a period of months client, just because we were willing to give them free information at first. They liked what they heard, and then they hired us for tens of thousands of dollars. So it's something that can work. It's just a matter of getting out there and doing it, being helpful. The best thing you can do is be helpful. The old saying is, the best way to get what you want is to help other people to get what they want. Other people want to be in those directories. Other people want Google My Business. If you can help them with that, you're going to be rewarded. And, occasionally you're going to help somebody who doesn't get back to you. Absolutely. It's going to happen. But more times than not, you're going to get people back. And if you help 5 people and one person comes back and cuts you a check for $10,000, was it worth helping those 5 people? Absolutely. So just be willing to get out there and do that. And this is a great way to start, because it is such a quality product. It's very easy to use. It's all there for you, ready to go, all set up. So, all right, I've yapped on long enough. I don't see any more questions coming in here. If you do have any questions after this is over, of course, please feel free to reach out to me. Get me on Facebook. Just look up Ray the Video Guy on Facebook. Send me a message. I usually answer them within, 5 minutes. If I'm sleeping, maybe 5 hours, but usually I get back to people pretty quickly. If for some reason I don't get back to you, by the way, this is a word of advice. You send me a message and for some reason I don't get back to you, send me another one. Don't be afraid to send me another one. It means that for whatever reason, it got hidden and I didn't get a chance to see it. So just send me another one. I'll get back to every single person at some point in time. So if you think I missed you, send me another message. No big deal. Send me 15 of them if I don't get back. No, you won't have to do that. By the second one, I will find you. And the reason I'll find you is because on this lovely little machine right here, Facebook will actually send me a thing and it says, hey, be sure to respond to, John Smith. And I'll go, John Smith, did I get a message from him? Oh my gosh, I got a message from him last night. Didn't even know it. So we will get back to you. So feel free to send me those messages on Facebook. Great way to do it. Of course, you can always send me an email, ray@raythevideoguy.com. And we've got a new program implemented now that is going to make it so much easier to get messages when people email me. I've been telling people to go to Facebook because email is such a disaster, but I think we've got that cleared up now where it's not going to be buried in, 500 pieces of junk. So feel free to send me emails as well. And with that, I hope you guys have a great day. Take action. As we always say, everything we talked about here works, but only if you do. So you got to go out there, take action, and let me know your successes too. I want to hear if you take action and you get something good out of it. I want to hear about it. So with that, have a great day, guys, and we will talk to you on the next one. See ya.